out of the way. Hilarious. All that work. All that work. You did great, though. That was funny, flying around.
I think that worked.
Really?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
I know. Let's see. Now, why can't I? Oh, there we go. Whew. I thought we couldn't grab a focus. So then, do you have my phone? How does that work?
I have it right here.
This is all an experiment. You're here for a good night. Oh, thank you. So I can turn this off now? We don't need it again? Like this? Is that right?
Unless you want me to track with the guests when they walk in.
I don't know. All right, you're right. Whatever you feel like. Whatever you feel like. Well, no, but I need to be able to, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
you need it to do stuff on there.
I don't know.
Use it. You use it now. You use it now.
The camera, what happened here? Oh, I moved some stuff to get the microphone out, and then we lost our, there we go.
Live producing.
My gosh. All right, so hey, hi. Oh, thanks. Oh, you're home. You're here. Oh, sorry, everybody. Good evening to you at home. Tonight is Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. My name is Jay Ryan, and we are excited this evening, although nothing is going swimmingly behind the scenes. Everybody's fine. We're trying new things. So we're stretching out. Oh, I've got gum. I don't usually have gum. That's part of the problem. Let's get rid of that right now. I told you, right? Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. My name is Jay Ryan. This is Late Night Playset. Our usual purple-headed producer is not here this evening. In her place, we have this guy. Gibson's here. You all know Gibson. He and I are working together on a number of projects outside of the playset. However, he's here filling in tonight. How's it going, buddy?
We did a little creative work there with the camera.
You
got
did.
Jazz hands on it.
You did. You put jazz. Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a couple shout outs. I don't like saying shout outs, but isn't that what the kids say? Shout outs? Or at least that's what they called them 30 years ago. There we go. Look at this. Good Vibrations Tour. Some friends put on a Good Vibrations Tour where they did a driving event this weekend. San Diego Lotus Club. They came up, drove Angeles Crest on Friday morning, and drove all around, ended up in Ojai, and then they came back down to Scotts in Malibu on Sunday, where you saw some of them arrive. And it was a really cool thing, but everybody had these on their cars, and they had stickers everywhere, so I asked him, can we have some of those? We'll put them in the green room or in the studio someplace. Shout out to the Lotus Club of San Diego for joining us and doing something fun. It's very cool. And I don't know if that's a yearly thing, but we'd love to have you back. How was your weekend? What did you do? Anything?
Yeah, I got to join you at the Malibu Country Mart. My first time there.
Yeah, that's true.
I was filming a little bit for my vlog. Got to get some more documentation of Yellow Car.
Oh,
one of the
that's
most
right.
documented cars on the road, by the way.
Yeah.
And then you and I were doing a little behind the scenes work for a project. We were doing a little production meeting, a little photo shoot, but
yeah, that was weird.
The weather was beautiful. We had great food, great friends. It didn't feel like a day of work at all. We just had fun, man. It was good.
I realize why this feels weird. Purplehead normally turns that camera around to see her. That's why we can't
Is
see
that
it.
what you need me to do?
No, it's whatever you want to do. This is a multi-purpose cam. Feel free to spin this around and see you. That one right there. Yeah, there you go. We're showing everybody how the sausage is made. There's your face. There's your face.
Yeah, we're doing behind the scenes night. I'm sure a guest will really appreciate that. Behind the scenes night.
Are you even allowed to be on this show? I should have asked you that before we put you on.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, sure.
It's not a conflict of interest with the other things you're doing?
No.
Good.
Yeah, very good.
All right, so our guest this evening, I'm really excited about this. We unintentionally sort of did a legacy podcast here. Both friends of the show, both have been here before. Oh, here we go. Hi, how's it going? There's too many buttons here, buddy. I need to be like I'm a creature of habit anyway, and then I need to have everything down and then locked in. Otherwise, I drop all the balls.
Are you saying you'd like a control room? Would you like a control room, Jay?
No, I'd like a director to do all this shit for.
Go.
Here, you do it. Here, look.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Enjoy that.
I have the power.
Yep. All the cameras, 1 through 8. Enjoy. I love it. Simon Wells is here. Simon Wells was a guest right before we went away on our big grand tour. We hadn't seen each other in a long time, and we sort of did the rekindling on the air with our friend Sean Bishop. And somehow in that podcast, the conversation switched to one of the movies that he worked on and directed, The Time Machine. Speaking of legacy. And I remember asking, because I'm a prop guy and a time machine builder with Sean, what happened to the time machine from your movie? And we didn't really have an answer. He said he saw it about a year or so after and on. And maybe it's in somebody's basement like all of this, right?
Right. Some guy's living room.
Just like this.
Yeah.
Cut to, I come back from the trip doing some work at a studio archives, and I come around the corner, and there is indeed the time machine that we asked about. So then it became a thing of how do we get Simon back with the time machine. We have since done that. And we're going to talk about it here on the show tonight.
Cool.
Also joining us in just a little bit will be Phil Morris. Phil Morris, of course, you all know is not only one of my best friends in the world, but Jackie Chiles from Seinfeld. He's the only actor who's been in every iteration of Star Trek because he was a kid on the original series. Wow. And he's legacy as well because his father was Greg Morris, who starred in the original Mission Impossible series.
Iconic.
With Peter Graves. Yes, iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah.
That show took over the world when it first came out. It was so big.
Man,
Changed
whoever
television.
does your booking, is hitting it out of the park tonight. This is a power-packed show of guests.
We're lucky to have wonderful friends.
Yes.
So that's what's going on tonight. Is there anything else we should talk about, or do we just bring Simon in now? Phil's stuck in traffic. He'll be here in a few minutes.
We have so much to talk about. I say let's put him in the chair. Let's put him in the hot seat.
Okay. Do you want your little toy, or can I
Next
just
time,
invite
next
him in?
time. Yeah,
Okay,
do your
perfect.
thing, do your thing.
All right. This is the part I'm always awkward about, but please help me in... one more thing we have to do. One more thing before Simon's here. We have to say hello to the chat if anybody's in the chat. And I'm always terrible about that, too. Surfer Girl is here. And, hello, she's here as well. And it's all Surfer Girl. Fantastic. So there we go. All right. Please help me in welcoming. Help me do this. Purplehead doesn't give me any notes. I need notes for how to be better at this job.
Yeah.
Tell me how to do a better introduction for our lovely guests tonight.
Microphone drops down like in a boxing ring, and coming in at 100. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's get ready to rumble. Please join me in welcoming Simon Wells. Does that work?
I think that's great.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Hey, buddy.
I like that a lot.
I think your other guest just made it as well.
I'm
He's
so glad.
Finally made it through traffic.
Oh,
So.
good. He knows. You want to come in too? Let's just do it.
Let's hear it again.
All right, you go to
Phil.
the bathroom, get yourself settled, then come in. Oh my gosh, Simon Wells, that order is for you, untouched.
you.
I can turn this camera off now, right?
Turn it
All right. I just saw you the other day, and I'm so thrilled that we were able to put this together. It means the world to me that you came over and did our little podcast again, first of
Oh,
all.
it was great fun.
But I think just a little bit of recap for folks, maybe first to Gibson, help me here. Do we want to talk about where Simon? I don't want to redo stuff that's been on the other show. Again, this is the pre-production that we should have done. Where do we start with Simon?
Just in case there's someone that's watching that isn't 100% filled in, just give a little brief, the synopsis, real quick, the little brief.
You want me to do it?
That's awkward.
No?
Can I say that you're great-grandson?
I'm great-grandson of H.G. Wells, yeah.
So that's the
crazy.
legacy element we were mentioning earlier.
Yeah.
But also, you then directed a movie called The Time Machine with a story that was written by.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight.
Plus,
You want to come in?
I know that weight.
Yes! So we have another guest who has the same kind of weight.
Yeah.
There's a water in here for you, and there's Red Bull in the fridge, as you
Phil
know, if you
Morris.
want.
I know.
Phil Morris. Simon!
How are you?
See you.
Yes.
I'm so excited that you're both here.
Yeah, me too.
It's been a shit show. I don't know how to do this. It's fun. It's fun. It's nice to have the pros here. Gibson, now you're going to need to turn that around.
Yes.
And then
We'll
if you
guide
can
him
help
through.
us with camera 3, maybe just get that a little bit closer, and I'll start here so that we're all there we go. We started with, being the great-grandson of somebody who's pretty spectacular.
Not a terrible lead-in,
No.
I would say.
What's that life like?
Well, does Simon know my history? No.
Yeah.
Yes,
no,
you do. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Greg Morris, my
you're
father.
Son of. Yeah.
Right. So it's the kind of that shadow thing, right? That you just are working who you are out, and I think that we're being given such a big example that it really tests you. it tested me, and because I was the only boy and the direct, right, the son of, I was always like little Greg, little Greg, little Greg. I think we talked about this. And I had to struggle with, no, I'm not little Greg, I'm Phil. And then now I'm like, sure, little Greg's great. I'll take little Greg all day long. So you come into kind of appreciation later after I guess you slayed some demons within yourself.
Well, I mean, that's kind of why I went off into the entertainment business, because the rest of my family is all scientists, and my father was the deputy head of the zoology department at Cambridge University. My brother went to Cambridge University and had to follow, a father who got university prizes and was now a professor, and so my brother had to get university prizes, and
so you both have the weight on your shoulders for different reasons.
Completely different reasons.
Well, we think we have to. I mean, there's really no have to. It's just, it's the energy that you grow up in, and I think you accept it, and you thrive in it, or you kind of go way around it. There's no innocuous, nebulous place, I don't think. It's a very difficult place to go. No, it just doesn't really land on me. You know what I mean? It has to land on you in some way. And for me, it was a real struggle. I mean, it just was, and my father was so domineering and type A, and which I appreciate now. But at the time, I felt like I was struggling trying to hear my own voice. And I think that's great, because the struggle was good for me. For some people, they lose out in the struggle. Yeah, but the struggle for me was really good. My parents were a great part of that. They were just salt of the earth people, so they helped us with that.
Can either one of you or both of you work me through the decision process to decide to follow in the footsteps in any direction, though? I mean, you went straight to actor. I mean,
I just found a way to join the circus. It was very straightforward.
I guess that's what we're doing. That's what we did. Well, I pushed back a lot. I was doing everything but. I was an athlete. I was an artist. I went to Art Center of Design for a minute, trying to do automotive design. So I was really like, no, I don't want to be that. And ironically, here I am. I had one experience on location, oddly enough, with my father when I was 17. I'm like, this is magic. I've been around it.
Oh, you got kind of caught by the bug.
I did. And I went right to class and into theater, which I thought was really beneficial, as opposed to coming back and doing a commercial workshop and a, modeling course and I kind of got my ass handed to me on this stage.
Well, can I ask what it was about visiting the set was it the lights? Was it the makeup? What was it?
Dude,
the energy?
Remember my father in 1966, Mission Impossible became the #1 show in the world. I was 7. So as a child at 7 years old, it's like you're going to the studio, you're going through Paramount Gates, or at the time Desilu.
Sure.
It's magical, the sets are unbelievable. They were shooting Star Trek there. We'd go on the Star Trek set. And I mean, if that doesn't move you in some way, I don't know what's going on inside. But it
so you went to set at the studio. It wasn't just on location somewhere. That makes sense.
No, we did both, because Mission was also on location.
Right.
On many, but they used a lot of sound stages.
But I at least understand this, because that's sort of what happened to me with 30 Rock in New York. Hence, whatever the heck. Yeah, you see it, and oh my gosh, this is it. Whatever it is. I thought I'd work in music before that previously. Right. Did you ever think there'd be anything else before?
Of course, automotive design and athleticism and those things. Yeah, I mean, but it kind of fed what I ended up being anyway. So.
What about you?
I drew pictures as a kid. I always drew, and I think that became my identity when I could start drawing better than my elder brother. It's like, okay, now drawing's my thing, and so I was going to go to art school. My parents had no idea what I was going to do with art. It's like, well, you could be an illustrator, I suppose. Do books, maybe.
A scientist trying to understand the creative side?
Yeah, well, it's strange, because my father's father, Frank, H.G.'s younger son, actually was an art director in the British film business, but not terribly successful. And and it's strange, it never occurred to me to go into the film business. Literally not at all. I went through art college, didn't really know what I was going to do. The illustration tutor wouldn't have me on the illustration course. He thought I was troublesome. I don't know why. And
were you?
It's the best kind of student.
I was kind of an asshole, yeah.
Right,
and so I ended up doing a thing called audio-visual design, which was kind of a sin bin for anyone who didn't fit anywhere else. And I was just incredibly lucky that I had a tutor who looked at my drawings and said, maybe you should try animation. It's like, I was never into animation. I never drew Disney characters as a kid.
Oh,
Were you not
wow.
into Disneyana at all?
No, no.
Really, the
I mean,
animated.
sometimes I didn't go and see movies even. My parents didn't go to the movies. So
It's
this
interesting. So you weren't even exposed to this
Not
part
really,
of
no,
the.
No. I mean, I think my parents took me to maybe 3 movies in my entire childhood.
What on earth?
Stunning.
Even
Wow.
when I started
I
making
can't
movies,
relate to
Yeah,
that
I
at
mean,
all.
British TV wasn't.
Even
Wasn't
when
a
I
deep
started
dive.
making movies, I had to literally set up a screening of Prince of Egypt
Your movie.
to get have my parents brought down to London to this screening in order to get them to watch it. Yeah.
gosh.
But anyway, so yeah, I had this tutor, a guy called John Grace, who said, "Hey, you should try some animations." Like, well, okay, I guess I don't know what else I'm going to do with my life, so sure. And he just said, let's get you some like work experience in the summer. Let's just write to the best animation studio he could think of, which was Richard Williams Animation, which was at the time commercial animation house. And Dick wrote back and said no. And John wrote back again and said, yeah, but you've really got to look at his work. And Dick said, well, okay, send his portfolio. And I mean, there's a series of incredibly lucky things, but what happened then was my portfolio was just sitting on a desk and a bunch of people, like production people, looking through it going, I don't know. And Dick happened to walk past and look at it and go, oh, that kid can draw. Let's get him. It's like, okay, I had a job. You know,
Wow.
A
Based
job.
on talent, merit.
Based on just a pile of crappy drawings. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
I
you
mean,
said.
Richard
That's your
didn't
opinion.
think
Yes.
so, obviously, you know.
And
He did not
so I had a
respect that.
job waiting for me out of college, and I thought, well, okay, I'll go this way. And I had a friend at college who moved down to London with me. We shared a flat, and he was really big into movies, so we went and saw a lot of movies. And in 1985, I saw Back to the Future, and at that point, I thought, oh, maybe that would be really interesting to do that kind of thing. Wow. And then again, in the
Did you realize the irony of that statement? What with your family history?
Oh yeah,
and-
sure. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
But then I had the incredible good fortune that the director and producer of Back to the Future walked through the door about 6 months later and hired my boss.
Oh my God.
And
Wow.
so I was
That's
just like,
manifestation on the highest level.
yeah, it was just like rocket into, I guess I'm in the film business now.
Ta-da.
Yeah, here I am.
Was there a moment where you were like, yeah, this is me. Yeah, this is me. Or was it always like, well, this is kind of...
Actually,
as
it
it
was more-
comes.
It was more sort of looking in the mirror going, really?
Yeah, okay, got it.
Ah.
Yes,
Is this really what I'm doing now? Okay.
Yeah.
But,
Interesting.
yeah,
Well, you describe your youth, and did you not expect to have an office job in any way, shape, or form?
no, no, I was always going to draw. It was going to be something. I was going to do something with drawing because
Okay.
that was the thing I had. I had facility. That was one thing I knew I could do better than most other people.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, that.
And did you have a style? Was it more realistic? Or no, it was just
No, actually,
what came out of the brain?
And in fact, what was useful doing commercials for Dick Williams for a couple of years, we were doing commercials before Roger Rabbit came along, was the ability to draw in any style at all. Actually, got a funny story that connects to this. I may have told you this before. I was doing a commercial with. Actually, with Dick, I was working in the same room with Dick because there was a newspaper in England that had a particular cartoonist, and I've forgotten his name, damn it, but he always drew an ink pen. And so we were mimicking his style and animating this commercial for the newspaper. And I was like the only person in the building who could do the ink style as well as Dick could. So the two of us were drawing this 30-second commercial. Wow. And it was sort of late one evening, because I wasn't going to go home before Dick went home, so, you know, because I'm literally sitting in the desk next to him. And the phone goes, and Dick doesn't like answering the phone, so I get up and I run out there, and I pick the phone up and say, and it's Chuck Jones.
Oh my God.
Right, that was my reaction too, just like, you know. and Chuck says, you know, I've got to talk to Dick. And it's like, well, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And so Chuck Jones. And
Yeah.
you know, and I sit there drawing my little drawings. And
From the credits of every cartoon ever.
yeah,
Ever.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And Dick comes back in and he looks kind of rattled and he goes, I just had the weirdest phone call with Chuck. He said, Dick, I've never told you to do anything in my life, but I am ordering you to do this movie. That was the call that led to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Whoa!
Dude, I have a Chuck Jones book in my library.
Whoa!
Yeah,
That's
it was
brilliant.
It was kind of like, wow, I'm right there.
Was it because he believed in the idea so much, or he and Bob Z had already talked? Or?
Yeah, Chuck knew Dick, because Dick knew everything. He'd gone out of his way to meet all of the old animators before they died and get as much information from them as possible. And Bob Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg had gone straight to Chuck Jones and said, hey, we want you to direct the animation for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And Chuck said, no, I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy you want. I'll consult, but the person you really want is Richard Williams, because that guy can do anything. And so,
that's what that movie required, was literally everything.
well, because it was the whole moving camera, it was being able to do Disney as well as Warner Brothers and whatever
Right.
other characters,
Right.
and having a facility with being able to understand like these 2.5 dimensional characters within a 3D world. Yeah, I mean, Dick was genuinely an animation genius.
I love the no style. I espouse the no style.
Well,
People ask me what do I like to do the most? Do I like comedy or do I drama? I'm like, who's the character?
well, this is the thing. You do an enormous amount of voice work, and the
do.
great thing about voice work is you can be anybody in the voice work.
Exactly.
You're not constrained
Exactly.
by you know.
Which is daunting sometimes because then it's like, what you got? You know, I only know the limit of my talent when I run into the wall, right? I don't type myself out. And some of the most talented actors that I work with are voiceover talent, because to me their reference points have to be so varied. Do you know what I mean? They have to be so nuanced.
Yes.
Because all you're using is this facility. You know, I don't get the 3 dimensions of, which is freeing in a way, but then it's limiting because I can only act what I look like. You know,
Right.
Yeah,
but
You're
I can-
representative.
Right, but I can sound like many different ethnicities or cultures or whatever you need, you know. I love being the wheel on certain shows, which is like the voice wheel, which is you come in and you're like, you're the boss, and then you're the security guard, and then you're the...
Oh
Yes.
yeah, right. You do like 4 or 5
Yeah, exactly.
different voices
It's
on a show. Yeah.
awesome, because you're just
Yeah.
playing, and that's what I love to do the most, just play.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I've done some scratch voice work, but I don't have the pipes, you know, and so I love doing it. But man,
I didn't know.
It's a certain talent.
It-
yeah.
it's a-
Our friend Sean is
it's a-
very
it's a
good
total
at it.
talent.
He's incredible at
he
scratch.
has something it's just biological. It's like
Agreed.
there's
He's a
nothing I can
mimic.
do about
It's an
it.
instrument.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
literally, it's an instrument. People like Kevin Michael. I mean, I could name people who are just phenomenal, Corey Burtons and stuff like that. We just finished the document. I was a part of a documentary called Huzz that Don Hahn
Oh yeah,
was the producer of, and Ron
Don
Husband.
Hahn, producer of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And as many, I mean, he's like the chairman emeritus over at Disney. But he came to me, and Ron Husband was the animator of my character in Atlantis, Dr. Sweet. He was one of the first, if not the first,
Oh my gosh,
African American
I forgot.
animator.
Atlantis,
Strong
of
Bear.
course.
Yeah.
Joshua
Joshua
Strongbear
Sweet.
Sweet.
And it was all about this man who broke down barriers because he can draw more than he can look like. You know what I mean? What he
Yes.
drew had nothing to do with what he looked like. And so his success came from the art. The art knows the truth, right? It doesn't have a racial bias, a cultural bias, a religious bias. The line doesn't know, interesting enough, pun intended, to separate that way. And so a man like Ron Husband, Greg Morris, they, hopefully Phil Morris, can be successful because the talent doesn't know to discriminate against you,
Whoa.
which is really phenomenal. So, yeah, I'm very familiar with animation and feature animation. And
Do you, when you're
all of
first
that.
trying to break that barrier of, oh, this is what I look like, and I'm trying to play something that would never look like this, is there a wall that you have to get through? Do you have to break through like the Kool-Aid Man to find it, or are you just a seasoned pro and you can get there? Because it sounds to me like
think
you're
it's-
right. If I were doing voices to separate, and I feel like I would hold myself back because I'm used to doing whatever this is.
That's an interesting question. Phil Lamar, who's a great voiceover talent, was saying to me, you could play Superman. And I'm like, yes, I could. But should I?
Oh, interesting.
Should I? Superman's a white guy from Krypton who landed in Kansas. I mean, that's who Superman really is. That's who Kal-El is. You want to do an Elseworlds, which is the comic kind of offshoot, then maybe I'm your guy. But I do stand on sacred cows in a way that you you should be in a certain lane because that's your lane. But I don't want to be dictated by that lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my characters don't know I'm doing a TV show. My characters don't know I'm doing an animated feature. They have no clue. So they don't have any bias. So I don't have bias myself. Do I know that there's bias in the world? Of course. I'm aware. But I don't let that inform my work. Does that make sense?
Well, I'm trying to understand. I guess that's why the question came
I
up.
have to walk and chew gum because the society isn't all what I think ideologically.
Yeah.
You know?
I do.
It does have segments and lines that divide.
I'm sure we've brushed up against it differently, but I guess I'm kind of curious about breaking the mold that you physically are to do some. Maybe it's an animal. Maybe it's Over the Hedge. There's a bunch of animals in Over the Hedge. Sean worked on that one, so it's fresh in my mind. And, okay, going to play a squirrel or something is a little different than, I'm going to play a king or
Well,
whatever it
interestingly
happens to be.
enough, Joshua Strong Bear Sweet was the first African-American representation in a Disney movie.
Oh,
Which is incredible.
All that time.
it doesn't seem possible.
You would think, well, no, we played animals, flowers, things like that, but never a person. So I was the first, he was the first representation. So yeah, it exists. But do I carry it? No, I do not. Honestly, I do not carry it. Am I aware of it? Absolutely.
Okay.
My superpower is that I don't carry it, really.
Oh, you
All right.
stay neutral. And then so the director will get whatever out of you when
Yeah,
you're
you
in the
tell
booth.
me.
Okay.
Why am I going to stop myself from whatever myself is willing to be able to do?
Okay,
Whoa.
so it leans on the second side. You're just a seasoned pro, and you can
yeah,
wield your
well, season
instrument
pro is
however.
the nomenclature, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is. I think a matter of who are you guys? Me, I love the no style thing. What do you have? I mean, I'll do what my mind and my spirit says I must do in this moment. I'm not limited because I'm a Shakespearean actor. I'm not limited because I'm just a half-hour sitcom actor. Again, my characters don't know I'm doing that. They're living a life, and they're in that thing.
I'm sorry to stay on you in this point, but is that freeing in a way? Because it sounds
Totally.
like it sounds.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like you could you be whoever you want.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
maybe I'm a little jealous.
I'm playing
Go
a
ahead.
rancher. I'm not a rancher. I'm playing a rancher on Fire Country on CBS. Super cool. It's like Yellowstone. It's great.
It's a big show.
Really a rancher.
I'm not really a rancher, but I play one on TV. I mean, I literally can say that. No, but some actors have a ranch. They're horse guys.
true, yeah.
I'm a car guy. I have horsepower. But
There you go. That's true. Car guy, yeah.
But you watch this guy, and you're not going to tell me that dude he wasn't brought up from Oklahoma.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He is who he is.
Yeah.
And so he goes out and lives his life. I'm here with you guys, hanging out. And then they call me to go back up to Vancouver, and he's still living, having his life. And my philosophy is I try to slip into his skin, try to catch him, and catch him in mid-flight. Wow. And then I'm him for a while. And
I
then
guess it's just the
leave.
nature of the trade that you chose to work
That's
in.
my process, right?
Yeah.
Somebody else would say something different, right?
Well, and then I look at, and I guess being a writer and being an artist is more of the world creation mode of this. He gets to play and live in the world.
Yeah, although I mean, what I do, my bread and butter, what pays the mortgage, is I storyboard mostly for other directors, and that is in a similar sort of way. It's like, okay, what do you want this to be? Is this a drama? Is this a comedy? What's the kind of the cinematic style you're going for?
Yeah, the tone.
Yeah, but also like, what's your use of camera? Are you like a crazy wide angle, want very dynamic in and out of camera stuff, or do you want something that's very reserved and just kind of watching from the outside?
Fly on the wall.
How subjective? How involved? How active?
See, I don't have to think about that stuff.
Right.
He has to think about. You're right. He has to think about a much more whole world view than I do.
But
It's
in a
fascinating
similar
to
way,
have both of you here.
In a similar way, though, you're still like, you're changing up. I don't have a standard way I do this. It's like, well, depends what it is you want it to be.
Yeah.
I try and crawl inside the director's head and see what their vision is and give that to them.
Is it okay? That makes sense. But then, do you have a different sensibility about that, having been an actual director on a number of features?
Yeah. The sensibility is, I'm so glad I'm not sitting in your chair.
Okay.
You're sitting in a big chair. You have to make the big decisions. You have to deal with the executives and the notes and all that shit. And I just get to I'm just going to do my little bit of cinema, give it to you. Your idea may be a terrible idea. not up to me to
Not your
decide
business,
that.
yeah, not my
I'm just
business.
going to make it happen.
Not my business.
But
I'm
here
good
it is
at
in
seeing-
ink and paint.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you're
Not my
welcome.
business.
Yeah, and now you can face the music. It's not my fault.
Wow.
That's freeing.
Oh yeah.
But then as a director, you had to come with you had to shoulder all of that and have the vision, answer the questions, and you know what I mean. You get to be the answer man.
Oh, man.
for everybody. What was that like on a movie like The Time Machine?
Well, actually, the Time Machine was overwhelming. I crashed out on the Time Machine. Gore Verbinski actually shot out like a lot of the third act battle at the end of the Time Machine.
I remember you telling me that, and it surprised me because I felt like the movie would be more disjointed than I thought the final product was.
Well, Gore had looked
I have
at
a
what we'd
fondness for
done,
that movie.
and he did a good job of just kind of fitting in and
Okay,
making it
well, I
part
feel
of
like you both
the whole
did.
movie.
I know you have your own opinions about that, and I don't want to cut you off, but I also don't want you to be so hard on yourself.
Well, I mean, I then went on to do Mars Needs Mums, which was a completely joyous experience. And,
Oh, good.
So
No family legacy on that one.
yeah, well, partly that as well. Yeah, it was just like here's a funny little story that was based on a Berkeley Brethard, picture book, and then we expanded it out into a feature script. And
Did you develop that too
yeah,
yourself?
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, my wife and I wrote it together, and we wrote about 17 drafts to get to where it ended up. But what was actually amazing about that is that, talk about freeing, when you've written it yourself, you understand the structure of the story and the levers and what each individual scene is really there for. And so it was great to work with the actors because, like, I could say, look, this moment is important. Everything else is pretty loose. And particularly doing motion capture. Motion capture is a fantastic technology because you've got all the coverage.
I've done much of it. I'm doing one now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's...
But I had to change as an actor because I'm used to the standard, master.
Right, you can't do that thing of like, I'm not really going to push it in the...
No,
I'm going
it's
to keep
full
all my energy for the close-up.
on.
No, you're in the close-up
All the time. If you want to get the close up, you'll go to the camera. If you want to get the over, you'll go to that camera. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
But it's all being captured at the same
It's
time.
all being
Same time,
captured.
yeah,
So
concurrent,
yeah. But what was just wonderful is like you could do the scene. It's like, okay, we got the scene. Now let's play around with the scene and let the actors just kind of like, okay, improvise a bit.
That's
open it
interesting
up.
because your master is your coverage.
It's all You've basically just collected the whole scene in one take.
So if it's a good take, then you have space and time for alts.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant.
And so had great fun with the actors. Just kind of okay, let's loosen it up.
Was that more fun for you?
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're segmenting what you're thinking about. You're just thinking about the actors themselves, what they're doing, what their performance is, how that's working, and you're not having to think about, oh boy, is the lighting right? Is the camera mechanics?
And as an actor, when I have that undivided attention and I feel the energy is calm and focused, I mean, we're performers.
Yeah, and it must be heartbreaking if you
feel it, spotlight.
But
Okay.
you do you do a brilliant performance of that moment, and it's like, sorry, the dolly didn't reach its end point at the right time. Can we go again? It's like,
There's a hair in the gate. Whoops a daisy. Do another one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or, actually, we've just got to fix these lights a bit, and now we're going to have to do it again because, that must be incredibly frustrating.
It can be.
Yeah.
Because you only have so much. I mean, you're a battery. You only have so much energy that you're going to put forth, especially if it's an intense scene.
Yeah.
So you'd like to get it with a certain economy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and still have energy for the next thing.
Exactly.
And tomorrow, and
But people don't know how the sausage is made. But if they knew,
yeah.
I remember Bob Zemeckis having a very similar opinion to what you were talking about with the motion capture. Can I ask you, as a performer, the environment is generally quite different. You're generally in, a big computer stage with a bunch of dots and computers and grids, and when you're giving your performance, you're not seeing the environment that.
well,
that
no,
you're
it's not as
living in.
organic.
Okay.
But in a way, what is? I mean, I'm not. Even in the fire country, as beautiful as the sets are and everything, I'm an actor from L.A. So I've got to fool myself into believing that this is real. And so the depth of my imagination is challenged because I don't have all the bells and whistles. But I don't I don't work. I mean, after a while, after you're used to the the mocap suit and the proximity sensors all over you and the balls and everything, the camera in your face, when you're used to all that, you just do your work, man.
Then it just becomes black box theatre.
It's just
We're
exactly
just,
right.
okay, we're just making this up. There's
Right.
like
Perfect.
some solid things.
Don't
If
worry
there's
about
something you've
that.
got to actually sit on, there'll be something solid there.
The
But
same
everything
shape,
else, everything else is in your imagination.
Right.
But
Exactly.
in
The
terms
black
of
box theater is a very good analogy.
yeah, because and you're working with the actor, and the actors look at each other and make believe, and it's all there.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to bear in mind when you shoot a regular live action film, yeah, you've got the whole set, but if you're the actor, the set's behind you. You're looking at
Everything's
at
here,
a sweaty
yeah.
grip and
Very good
a
point.
cameraman and a director frowning into his monitor. And,
You're right.
It's all the stuff that's you're looking out at is completely artificial. And
you're right.
And there's this beautiful Regency set behind you, but you're not
That's
there.
what you see.
I mean, everything you're saying is
So
right
it's-
technically, but I still think that it provides a tone of, oh, okay, I feel like I'm in a living room, even though there's 60
Well, we just talked
people
about
in-
voiceover.
Okay.
We have none of that.
Yeah,
doing
you're just
voiceover.
in a box. You're
Yeah.
right.
So
It's truly up
so
here.
you must have a great facility. That's why I say some of the greatest talent I've worked with are voiceover actors, because they have less of that to draw on in the moment where they're standing behind the mic. So it's all from here, and it's all from here, and it's all from my fellow actor and my director and the writer and whoever's there to help me make this as concrete as possible. I did Young Justice, their last season, and I played Lorzod and General Zod, both the father and the son. And when I got there, it was so intense. The world, the universe is so intense. The DC universe is so deep. They started to tell me about the universe. Well, I have 10,000 comic books myself
Oh, right.
that I've collected from when I was a child. I was like, let's not waste time. I get it.
I'm already there.
Yeah,
I'm already off book.
Exactly. Let's go. Let's just test drive the voices. Is what I told them. There was silence. They were stunned. They go like, no actor knows the comic book world. No, I said, look, I've worked with you guys a lot. I keep telling you.
Right.
And I have to tell you every single time, but I know a lot about what I know the universe. So
There's a reason you keep
don't
calling
set the
me.
table. Yeah, I got the table. Let's just start, putting the dishes down and figuring it out. And so it is a collaborative. I have to bring so much as the actor. That's my point. Wow. The more I bring, the better it is for him.
I got to say though, having directed people doing voice work, it's actually really exhausting being the director too, because you're the audience. Like. You can get more out of the actor if you are responding favorably
bringing
to
your
what they're
energy
doing.
up, right.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh,
even
that
thought
never
about that.
occurred to me.
I never thought about
Because
that.
the worst thing of all for an actor standing in the booth is, you do this great performance thing, and then there's people behind the glass. You can't hear them, and it's going, yeah, let's go again.
You have no idea.
Not even a note.
Terrible. Yeah.
So disconcerting.
So you've got to be
no.
like, yeah, you're really listening and responding, and that was terrific. Can we lean more into this part of it? And
I never ever thought about. Thank you, Andrea Romano. She was so giving.
Wow.
yeah, and I find like after a 2 or 3 hour session, it's like,
You're
damn, I'm wiped out.
Yeah.
I got to go and have a lie down for a bit.
Never occurred to me.
Yeah.
Never occurred to me.
'Cause
All
they're
those
the-
years
they're
of
there the
Sean
whole
doing
time.
scratch and all of this, he
Yeah.
would talk about how exhausted he was after laying down, like you said, 6 voices in a day. What'd you call that when you're the
wheel.
wheel? You just keep cranking.
Yeah, that's what they called it back in the day. I don't know what they call it now, but that's what it was.
That's good term.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It's when the credit says, additional voices and there's 5 different names kind of thing. Yeah, sure.
And it's all fun. And you'll see some of the greatest voiceover names in the additional voices. I mean, voiceover people, they do voices, man. It's like,
Yeah, they'll basically do anything. It's like,
Kinda.
this is bread and butter.
kind of.
Yeah.
It's all magic. It's all kind of play, to me, anyway. And a lot of the people I work with, they play. Tom Kenny, Fred Tatasciore. These people are just little kids that have really never grown up and will not and won't. Don't want to. Much, much better for all of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know the majority of your career is in animation features, or in animation in general. I guess you
Animation
do
feature. I've never
feature.
done anything in TV.
Okay. You do video games, animated
Yeah,
features.
yeah.
You've done kind of all of it, I guess.
Video games, animated
Your credit
features.
is like long as your arm. It's
good.
incredible.
I've been fortunate. I'm
Yeah.
very grateful. There's a lot of talented people, so to be picked is great.
Yeah.
And I have fun. I mean, we've talked so much about my energy. I love what I do. I don't hustle anymore. I'm not in the hustle game. I just kind of extend myself to the places that I really appreciate and I love. And I think it comes across. So I keep getting work, which is great.
Yeah, they keep calling you. That's a good thing.
do.
That's a good thing.
They do.
My goodness gracious. All right, are there any comments here, Gibson, that we should get to?
I think you're up on most. We got a couple.
Oh, okay. What's your beef? Oh, that's Leno. What's your beef? That's very funny. Here's Sean right here, Bankman71.
Oh,
Two of my
right.
favorite people.
Buddy.
Right on. Good to see you. He's down there on the Big Island of Hawaii.
Yeah.
You guys are expecting another storm, I believe, right? Are you battening down the hatches?
Yeah.
Trace Medlock. Hello, Trace. Good to see you. Gunnar Mensch. Aloha. Also on the Big Island. Two different people don't know each other. Also on the Big Island. You guys
We're in
need
the
to
wrong
run into
place.
each
I'm
other.
saying.
Joe from Knight Rider Historians is here. Speaking from the East Coast.
That was. Can I give the Knight Rider story that I just had and watched?
Yes, please.
So it's just in a place called Puyallup, Washington. Thank you very much because they schooled me on how to say it.
It's for a con.
For a convention called Rewind Washington, which is kind of like old shows and stuff. And I've been around a long time. I've been on a lot of old shows. So I was on Knight Rider one time, which was
All
great.
right.
Yeah, with Michael Knight.
You're in it a lot, too.
I mean,
I just
it's
watched
so
that episode.
fun.
You're
I
in it
am
a lot.
and I don't think I ever take my glasses off. I'm just a total
And you play a Hispanic gentleman.
Hispanic henchman.
Yeah.
So this gentleman and his wife have recreated the car there, and they had their thing there, and the exhibit was there. It was wonderful. It was very, very authentic. And he's got a monitor there, and would you come over? I come over, and on the monitor is me. It's my episode of Knight Rider that they booted up, and they were like, "Can we take a picture of you watching you on the monitor in the kit car?" So
That's
my-
amazing.
that's my
That's,
life.
that's a
Full circle.
recursive.
Yeah, it was very interesting, and I was like, "Look at that young guy."
Well, that's interesting, the
fun.
crossover that you must get, too, then, for that. Because you're not known for Knight Rider. But you, of course, did do an episode of Knight Rider. So then you've got your fans, but then there's also the Knight Rider fans who go, "Oh, you were part
Yeah.
of this, so come along."
Yeah, it's
Wow.
good. Heart to heart. I mean, I'm deep in the zeitgeist, brother.
I can't.
You
Yeah.
can just go one con to the next. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. There's no degrees of separation with me. Sorry, man.
That's going to be fun. Wow. And you've done
That's a
so many shows and movies. I just realized that all of those different, The Love Boat or whatever it happens to be, they all, Star Trek, obviously, massive fans
Very
for Star Trek.
interconnected, yeah.
Can we talk about Star Trek for 2 seconds before we
can,
get to the
please.
time machine? How is that being the only actor who has been in every iteration of Star
I
Trek?
can't believe you were in the original series.
Nice.
I watched you. You were a kid. I was a kid watching you. It's like on
Miri.
British
You get
TV
to Miri.
used to come on directly after Doctor Who. So there's this great Saturday afternoon
Oh,
where you
wow.
get Doctor Who and then Star Trek.
It was.
You were a kid on that.
It was boy
planet.
in combat helmet. That's my billing is boy in combat helmet.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's good.
What was
can't
the
put it on my
episode?
Actually,
jersey.
I remember that episode
The
really
episode
clearly.
is called Miri.
Yeah.
Where
Oh, I see.
Kirk and crew crash land on an Earth-like planet. The atmosphere, the water, everything is just like Earth. And they get out and they run into these kids everywhere. And these kids,
But only kids. There's no adults.
no adults.
Oh.
Yeah. And the kids
Oh,
have
I
arrested
think I
their
remember
development
this.
because when they grow to a certain age, the Grupp age, they develop this horrible disease, which makes them crazy and they try to kill everything.
Whoa.
So we have arrested our development for like hundreds of years. So these kids are between like 2 and 5 and 600 years old.
But it's a drug that was being used to try and create longevity, or experiment that was trying to create longevity, and what it did was ended up killing all the adults and having children live ridiculously long lives. It was a very spooky episode, actually.
Oh, my
Even
goodness
Roddenberry,
gracious.
man, that guy.
Yeah.
You know, him and well, your great grandfather and
Yeah.
and Rod Serling and a few people twisted our wigs pretty heavy. And that at that time was wonderful. And I told you, I think, one time on the show that they didn't tell us one time when the Screaming Mimi, which I called it, would run out and scare us. And I was really scared. I mean, that was a real moment. So if you see us, we're panicked.
Oh, my goodness
You could do that
gracious.
kind of thing with kids back in the day.
Back
Yes,
in the
that's
day.
right.
Oh yeah, just make them cry for
Yeah.
real.
Now the director turns around to the first date. He's like, yeah, go with it. Go with it. No HR at that time.
Oh, my gosh. There's so many protections now, yeah. Good grief.
So that was the first, and then I did a couple of Deep Space Nines and a Voyager and Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock, and not every iteration, but I'm always willing to play.
Oh, so you're in some of the features, too, then?
I did Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. So it was wonderful. I'm grateful for this journey, man. It's crazy magic.
I can't even, I don't know. I mean, both of you, I guess. I just can't imagine having that kind of, when I look back on my life, I think of, I'm in high school, at Conan O'Brien and Saturday Night Live, and I think that's kind of fancy, and I'm all feeling good about myself. Then I hear these stories, and I'm like, what must it have been like to grow up, either one of you? And then you dove right in. You tried to avoid it, but somehow ended in the family business anyway.
Kinda.
Was that
Yeah.
the family
At
business?
least
really?
H.G.
Well,
was
not
more
really.
of a writer, I
Science
guess.
was.
Well,
The
I mean,
sciences.
the weird thing is, H.G. was both. He was both a creative, but he was also a scientist. I mean, he was teaching in the Kensington Normal School of Science when he met my great grandmother, Amy Catherine Roberts. He was actually already married to his cousin Isabel, but.
Story for
That's
another
the
day.
part of the
ran
story
off
we
with-
don't tell.
Yeah,
Sorry
he
for the other
ran
day.
off
Oh
with
my
he ran
gosh.
off with one of his students. But yeah, he was a teacher for a while, and actually he suffered an injury and couldn't do the teaching thing, and was really thinking, what the hell am I going to do? I'm really in trouble. And fortunately, there were a whole lot of magazines at the time that were just looking for content. And if you could write a short story or a little article about something, they'd buy it. And so he just wrote thousands of just kind of nothing. I'm going to the dentist. Here's 2,000 words about going to the dentist. Wow. And because what had happened is around the 1860s in England, 1870s, there was a real push for education. And money was being put into education. Mm-hmm. And so there was actually an incredibly literate kind of working class who wanted stuff to entertain them. And there was no radio. There were no films. We're talking, 1880s, 1890s.
Yeah. Wow.
And so what there were magazines.
The written word was everything, yeah.
And
that's where you get pictures from, the visuals came from there, everything, yeah.
Yeah, and so, he just made a living writing any old crap that people would buy. And so by the time he wrote his first novel, he'd written hundreds of thousands of words.
He's learned how to storytell at that point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Yes! Almost Reader's Digest sounds like, just putting in little
Exactly,
condensed versions of stories, short stories.
Yeah.
What was his first novel? I'm sorry.
Well, the first novel was Time Machine. And it very nearly didn't happen.
You may have heard of it.
Yeah. But he wrote it, he was commissioned to write it. There was an editor of a magazine that commissioned him to write it. And he started writing the novel, and he got about 6 or 8 episodes in. And then that editor got sacked. And the guy who came in after him said, we don't want this nonsense, and dumped it. And so it's like, well, that was sad. It was going to be something good. But fortunately, the original editor went along to another magazine and then called him up and said, hey, that thing that you were writing, let's republish it and you can finish it off. And so it was written as a serial originally.
Whoa.
And then they just...
And then compiled
put it
into
together.
a book.
Wow.
In 95.
And the idea is that
1895.
1895.
the idea is it would be a time travel series.
Well, no, it was always
Or
meant
serial.
to be. It was
One
a
story.
serial.
Oh,
It's
one
story.
story
Yeah,
that
one
we're
story.
going to stitch together.
Yeah, but
Yes.
it's basically one chapter at a time.
Right.
It's like, the Dickens novels were all written that way. They weren't written, conceived. I mean, he conceived them as a single story, but they were released,
Separate
chapter
Didn't
by
realize
chapter.
that.
installments.
Didn't
Yeah.
realize that. Oh, a la Star Wars, I guess, these days. I guess you would use.
Well, Game of Thrones is like that. I guess they call it the Song of Fire and Ice. Every chapter, you're following a character. So as you follow that character, then you follow another character, and you come back to that character, and it goes along that way, and it stitches together at the end.
I don't know if I realized that.
Pretty interesting. Yeah.
Do you either one of you watch Game of Thrones?
Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
Oh, you do?
Right
I
to
don't
the
know
end.
why I thought you both do.
Fascinated with it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's why I started reading it.
Brilliant series. I
Really?
didn't like the last season.
It fell off.
Things happened in the wrong order.
Okay.
That was the big thing. And they also kind of tried to rush it. There was more material. It should have been either a longer season or, in fact, 2
And they know that
seasons.
now, I think.
Yeah.
They
You both
realize
seem
that
to
now.
agree on this. You both seem to
Yeah.
be in the same position.
Well, that's why I'm reading it, because I didn't read it before I saw it.
Okay.
So it was pretty complete to me, because I had nothing to compare it against. But now in reading it, I think I'm going to fall into that same area where I'm it didn't quite match up with what he wrote.
Amazing. Are you into it too? No. And Nicole and I never have. I've not seen a single frame.
Oh man.
Not nothing. And we hung out with Santa Claus, the writer.
George Martin.
George
R.
R. Martin
yeah.
at San Diego Comic-Con at one of the EW parties or
And you
something.
had to keep real quiet
for
about the fact
hours.
you'd never read any of his books.
He was. Everybody was lubricated, and he found it to be very funny. Actually, it was there's 100,000 people around him, and I'm the one guy. So we actually had a nice little conversation.
You're safe. You're safe.
Yes,
Safe space.
exactly, exactly. And Nicole was talking to Hank from Breaking Bad at the time, that was on at the same time. I can't remember his name. You know his character.
Norris, Dean Norris.
Dean Norris, exactly. But so he was a nice guy, but we never got into the material. Yeah.
Well, and there's been a couple of spin-off shows now.
Yeah, which I have not watched.
Oh, the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms is great.
Okay.
It's terrific because actually it has more humor because the central character is kind of charming but a doofus. And
those are my favorite.
yeah, and so it's like all the best funny bits that were there were some funny bits in the original Game of Thrones, but it's like that put together. It's very charming.
I'm checking.
And sadly, only like 6 episodes or something. It's like, why is it so short?
Because they're going to come out with a movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a cash cow.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop with that.
It's not going to go away.
Nope. No, it's going to happen. But I don't like a lot of sequels. You know what I mean? I just don't. And I don't like I never watched The American Office. Always loved The British Office.
Nicole worked on that, but me neither.
Couldn't watch the
me
couldn't
neither. I
watch the
loved
American.
the Ricky Gervais
Yeah,
version
just-
first. Yeah.
I'm sure I would love it.
It's a different beast. I've
That's
watched
what
a
I'd
few
have to get.
episodes. I watched the original British Office, and I've watched some of the American Office, and it's good. It's just it's not the same thing.
Right.
It's aiming for kind of a different thing.
And I would have to take that into consideration because I would definitely be comparing. Because Ricky Gervais was such a
Well, in the first few
revelation.
episodes are the same scripts, even as the
I think so.
The first 5 or 6 episodes, because there was only a few episodes.
We
I
put
think,
in
of the
for
British
that.
version.
We put in for that because I had just come off the Seinfeld thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We were like,
What
Phil
was
be
The
great.
Office? Early 2000s.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Phil would be great as the boss.
Nicole, she worked with Carell at one point too, but she also repped Craig Robinson, who was on it, and Rainn Wilson, who was. They were both the main cast, so she was over there all the time.
I heard it was a great set and a fun show to do. Just
I don't think we've ever had anybody from The Office. Oh well, Rainn, of course. Rainn's been here. We should have somebody from The Office on. The Rainn episode is kind of funny for the same reason as the George R. Martin episode, because I haven't seen The Office, so he keeps making references, and Nicole's like, yeah, and the audience, of course, gets it, and I don't. All right, Back to the Future. Just to segue into our visit, but I'd like to show a picture that you sent from. We figured this must have been 1989 because it's before the sequel.
Yes, it was after because I got the gig after Who Framed Roger Rabbit because on Who Framed Roger Rabbit I got to know Bob pretty well and storyboarded some bits and stuff, and so he offered me a job storyboarding on Back to the Future 2 and 3.
What?
And so so one of the things I had to do was learn how to draw the DeLorean, and they had the DeLorean, and so I got someone to open it up for me, and here's a.
There, to be very clear, there was one that was left up in the theme park that it was by the tour, and you could get your photo taken, whatever.
Right.
And then this was after the first movie was shot, and then there was one that was locked up down in Amblin to be preserved exactly as it was
just
in
on
the
the
movie
wraps.
that nobody
Yeah.
would touch. It was covered.
Well,
and
I
nobody even
touched
knew
it. I
was
sat in it.
Well,
So
you're
Except
allowed.
for Simon,
You're
yeah.
allowed, but the tour wasn't going by.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
everybody else. So this is we decided from 1989.
And I had a lot of hair.
Look at you.
Yeah,
You got the
down
pop,
there at
the
Amblin.
pop going.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's Amblin because I've auditioned.
Yes.
I auditioned there
Yeah.
many times.
other than the wall, it actually looks remarkably the same.
It doesn't
the
look
lack
like
of wall
Universal
in this picture. Yeah.
Like the Universal's all this way.
Yeah, it's all behind us.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know the wishing well photo from Back to the Future was shot down there as well. It's the
Oh,
wishing
yeah.
well from Amblin.
Yeah, the
when
photo
the-
where
when
the
they-
characters disappear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
In fact, you can just see, if you look carefully, there's the little nose of the shark. Because in the wishing well, there's there's
Bruce the
there's
shark.
Bruce the shark is there,
and
yeah.
you can actually just see it in the photograph
nose?
in the
Oh
movie.
my gosh! I
Yeah.
have to look for that. So this is you with the actual B car from
Yeah,
the
production
movie.
car. Which was, I mean, it was a hell of a thriller. I'd literally just like 4 years earlier seen
the movie,
and now here I am sitting in the car. It's like, oh my God.
And you said the movie was influential.
It was absolutely formative, and it's still one of my favorite movies.
What made it so impactful?
I think it was just it was all round. It was entertaining. It was funny. It had great characters who I was really involved and cared about, and it was brilliantly and excitingly shot.
And the concept was
Yeah.
Brilliant, huge concept.
Yeah.
But at the same time, actually, because I had this discussion with Bobsy, having written the film for him, that he said, no, you got to stay real simple. Real simple with like what just the one thing your character wants. And I said, but Back to the Future, man. And he said, no, it's real simple. The character wants one thing. It's written on the box. He just wants to get Back to the Future. Everything else is just a complication that gets in the way. And it's like, oh man, that was such a sort of deep insight in terms of learning how to write.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, when you actually stop and think about it,
it's consistent. All he wants to do is get back to 1985.
And it's the drive all the time, and everything gets in the way, and he has to sort this out and sort that out in order to get to that.
What's the drive?
Yeah.
The hero's journey.
And it's always the same. He never falters from the one thing he wants. But incredible getting to work on that.
Oh my goodness. All right, so the follow-up to this is that years and years and years later, your buddy Sean and I end up building a car exactly like this, and we get this photo.
That's actually taken at DreamWorks Animation.
This was the closest we could get.
Yeah,
this is Amblin, and the other one's DreamWorks.
Well, yeah.
What? Is that the car you made?
Mm-hmm.
They made a
the first
perfect.
one, yeah.
It was better than the production car, and it had it had the sound effects. When you switched on the flux capacitor, it didn't just light up; it made the noises, and you could enter times into the time box, which I don't think you could do in the production car. You couldn't do that.
That's awesome, Jay.
Bunch of nerds, but much like
the nerdier the better.
Yes, and
Thank
this
you.
was kind of a lunchtime thing, and the DreamWorks campus is so open, and everybody came out to come look at it, of course.
Yeah.
And did you work on it there, or do you have it? You had it in the garage.
We worked on it in a shop up in Valencia.
They had to drive it on the freeway. Apparently, you get blocked in on the freeway.
True,
You can't make your exit.
Yeah,
because everyone just drives up alongside.
Driving it's tough because they all just want to look at it and take photos. So
of course they did.
You get boxed out all the time. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So that was a neat moment, and then Simon was able to then help us recreate that moment with Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale.
Because I was working on writing Marzi's Mums, or it might have been actually. Yeah, I think it was during
We figured out it was like 07 or 08, and he was shooting that Tightrope movie.
Oh no, that was after. That was after we'd finished shooting Marzi's Mum, so it would have been 09, I think.
Oh, okay.
And Bob was doing a real quick shoot of the Tightrope movie that then became The Walk. He did it as live action ultimately, but originally he was going to do it as a motion capture, and my wife and I were still in offices there because we were doing our post-production there. And so I went along to Bob and said, hey, I got these friends, they made a DeLorean, and they'd really like it if you'd just come and meet them and see the car. And Bob was like, oh, geez, I don't do these conventions, I don't like meeting the fans, I mean, I'm sure it's great, but, I tell you what, get a hold of Bob Gale, because he loves that shit, So,
passing you off to Bob Gale.
But Bobsy
did. We got foisted us to Bob Gale.
But Bobsy did say, okay, I'll because they're your friends, I'll come down and meet them. They probably stuck some pipes on the side of a Toyota Celica.
Usual.
He wasn't expecting much, yeah.
And incredible effect when he walked out and it's like, oh shit!
Really?
That's the car.
Bob Z.
Yeah, and he then
stamp of approval.
He was just all over the car, and he spent the whole lunch hour just standing around chatting with these guys. He was so in awe of what you'd done with that car.
You and Wendy took dozens of photos that are so amazing. We're so grateful to have because it's literally all of us, Sean, me, the whole crew, Simon, just standing around the time machine as Bob Z touches it, looks at it strangely, and gets reminiscent and nostalgic, which he is not known to do.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't do like director commentaries on his films and things like that. He doesn't like to kind of
Like he
relive.
He
does
didn't need to go
Mo's
back
on
there.
next.
He did that. Let's go to the next thing.
Right,
but he
right.
came over and he put his hand on the door that was open, and he just looked in it, and I remember him looking at us and saying, "Man, I haven't seen this car in 20 years." Wow. And you could see the stuff happening. And then, like you said, he stayed out there for another, I don't know, 40 minutes, an hour, however long it was.
And he and Bob Gale signed the dashboard and everything.
It was amazing. So we have this to document that day, which was awfully fun. And apparently, obviously this was an amazing experience for us, but anybody I show this photo to says, "That's amazing, you have a photo with Bob Zemeckis and the Time Machine." Because it doesn't exist. Nobody, other than the set photos, he's not been around one. So I've always been pretty proud of that, and Simon made it happen.
Wow.
So thanks.
That
Yeah,
is
well, it was great. It was a
incredible.
really great moment.
And as we realize now that apparently Sean's and my thing is putting Time Machine movie directors back with their machines, we're talking to Simon
It's a strange
last.
lane to be in, but okay.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
When we were here last, we were talking about the Time Machine movie and the spectacular prop that was the Time Machine in that movie. And, trying to figure out where it is, what's going on with it. I run into it in the Warner Brothers archives, and I'm going to show a picture again. This is Simon back in the day.
Oh my goodness! It just reminds me of something I have to tell you. Good.
Yeah. This is when we were shooting up at Sand Canyon Ranch, up on the Grapevine.
What was it made out of?
Oh, it was made out of everything. I mean, that's actually it's plastic. It's not glass.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But
It's thick plexi, though.
Yeah,
the
it is.
metalwork is all milled out of aluminum, and and there's a certain amount of actual brass on there, and it's solid wood. Yeah, this thing.
It's so steampunky.
Oh,
It
yeah.
weighed like a ton and a half. Yeah, this was actually kind of before steampunk was a thing. It was,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
this was 2000, 2001.
But it is that. I mean, it is.
Oh, completely, yeah.
Well, and this
Great.
picture is a little deceiving because we're punched in here. But now, 25 years later, just the other day, how cool is that?
Really cool. And your hair looks great.
It's a progression of photos with less and less hair. Thank you.
I got the same going on.
But
Oh,
this is
so
the
good.
size of that thing. Isn't that something?
So good. There was a show way back in the day called the Time Tunnel.
Oh yeah.
Well, we went to the set of the Time Tunnel and walked into the Time Tunnel itself.
Yeah, it's got a
It
series
was
of
concentric
rings.
circles,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And it only went so far.
Sure.
But it seemed like it was
Forced
forever.
perspective.
Yeah. But we were there on the set of the Time Tunnel.
And is the time tunnel how you travel through time on that show? You go through the tunnel?
Exactly
Okay.
right.
Okay.
And God, who was the lead in that?
I don't think I ever saw the show.
Frank Aletter? I believe so. I think Frank Aletter was the lead on that. Married to Lee Meriwether.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see, catch up on that. Venkman, what an amazing show. Yes, well, thank you for being with us there. Aloha to you. Dustin Mario Johnson, have an amazing show. Thank you, sir. Happy birthday to you, belated. David Bird, hey, Jay, I'm late, but I made it. The show is great. Is life reality or just pure imagination? Good question. Anybody have an answer to that?
Seems to be mostly imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how
I
all
lean
this
towards
happens.
imagination.
And Tom
It's a
Kenny.
construct.
Tom Kenny is amazing.
Yeah, we had mentioned Tom. It's
Ah.
pretty insane.
How was it for you to go back and see that thing 25 years later?
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. No, I mean I'm just really glad they've kept it intact and it's there, and because it was one of those things like, I can't believe we were allowed to make this. I mean, this is $1 million prop. It took
genius.
it took forever, firstly just to design it and then actually fabricating it, and then the whole thing actually spins up. Those big blades, they rotate.
They move.
Yeah, I mean, when we were shooting some of the stuff with like Guy, we took them off, and they're done digitally because you don't have 1/4 of a ton of spinning plastic
Yeah.
and metal, a foot and a half.
Threatening
away from
your
Guy
actor.
Pearce's head.
Exactly. Insurance wouldn't bond him to be in the
Insurance,
machine. Yeah.
I know. Completion Bond Company is like,
Yeah. But when it was going slowly, yeah, we could, but actually, it would actually spin up really quite fast. There's a transmission of like a Buick truck in the middle of that
yeah.
big black dome, and huge
There's an engine
electric.
block.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a huge electric motor that
And
actually
somewhere
spins it
in
up.
there in the middle is an actual transmission that you can't.
Yeah, and,
Like
behind
under
me
the
there's
seat?
kind of a black ball that's directly behind the difference engine, the computer there, and that has rods that run to the two discs.
Right,
And yeah. So when you turn
it
one of
up.
the discs, the other one turns. But then also, you know, the
open and close.
The blades
Yes.
actually open and closed.
Yes.
And,
I remember the movie.
Oh, okay.
and it
Yeah.
all actually physically happened. It actually worked. And that computer thing that spun up, and all the dials were going around, and
That's madness.
Yeah, so that's the other
It's
interesting
madness.
thing. This really, I mean, I say it really worked, not as a time machine, but all of the things really work.
It actually operated.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
gears
yeah.
turn, all of the things spin. Yes.
Well, that was what's so fascinating about your time machine was that, you know, the flux capacitor actually
Oh, yeah.
does the thing
yeah,
and
the fact it
lights
lit
up.
and
And
worked and made the sounds and everything. Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
freaked me out about the Knight Rider vehicle. You know, you had the worked here and that worked and this worked and Kit
And they
talked
got
to
the
me.
sound
and-
samples. And
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
It was, you know, I respect that a lot.
I watched a YouTube, I started it, it's in my thing, a YouTube video the other day of a guy who I guess had a Knight Rider or he built a Knight Rider, but he also works in tech. So he's also working on an AI for it so that it can actually
Oh man. So he can just talk to it and it'll
And it will respond.
in
all
the
of the
voice.
above, but it also has the maps. It also has the proximity sensor. It has all the stuff from
Heads
the
up
show.
display?
Because we all have that now, right? It's
like,
all
"Yes,
technology we
Philip."
all live with regularly.
It was
So
in the
he's just
car
building it
originally,
into
though.
this old. I'm sorry. He's building it into this '82 Firebird Trans Am.
Yeah.
And I thought it was dumb at first, and I go, oh my gosh, he's building a real kit because it'll
Yeah.
think, it'll respond.
None of that's dumb to me. All
Oh,
of that is like I'm there for it.
Really?
Yes, I am.
You like the new stuff? I'm still scared of it. I think.
Oh, I have a Tesla that has the, you know, I don't pay for it at the moment, but I had for several months the full autopilot. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to do a whole ad for Tesla, but it was so much fun to be able to just like, okay, take me home, and just like
chilling.
It just does it. It changes lanes on the freeway.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
But
don't
it's a very respectful driver. It's better than I am.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so here's my thing with AI. I'm talking to the Knight Rider guy, right? And he makes all his thumbnails and whatever with AI for the YouTube videos. The guy who was here earlier. And so I tried to do that today with ChatGPT, my first time ever touching AI. And I plugged in all the information of you both being here tonight and what this show is. And do you want to see what the result is?
I don't think I do actually.
Really?
Go on.
There's
Yeah.
Tesla.
There are multiple results. Simon, you're fine in this, but there are multiple results. Here's the
God.
first one.
Wait, what?
What in the heck?
Now, keep in mind, I submitted real pictures of you. This is the first one. And then I said, okay, well, this is a little too David Letterman. So then I refined these searches, and this is the result.
You're looking good. You're looking good.
Wow.
And
is
then
that
I
guy?
refined the results
Lloyd
further.
Haynes from Route 222.
I suppose that might be me.
Well,
It's kind of.
It's you and Brian Cranston merged,
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Or a little bit Bruce
then-
Willis as well.
And then we have this one.
That's crazy.
Now I feel like even the thumbnails might be getting changed. And then I said,
And wait a
here,
minute, who's that sitting in the time machine?
exactly, who knows? It's not even you. And then so I said, all
It's
right.
literally just a photograph he could have put in.
I literally made the note. I said, make Phil look more like this. And
Okay.
this is the final result.
What?
Now in this one, it even changed your thumbnails. Look at you as Jackie is not you as Jackie.
Not me at all. Not me at all.
So this is a prime example of why I don't use AI.
Man,
I don't know how.
Simon really stumped the AI. It could not figure out
Beat
Simon.
on you.
I'm glad about that. That's good. Right.
Isn't that something?
Hiding in plain sight.
And keep in mind, I submitted actual photos of all of us to do that. And then when I said
do
make
it.
Phil look more like
This.
Phil, it changed everybody.
But
It
when
changed
I
everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's apparently what happens. This is like, you know, these ideas that you can make short films in AI. Well, it's kind of gone away now that they've.
The studios were betting on it though, weren't they?
Kinda, yeah. But the truth is, all those short films, yeah, you can get one shot. Now you try and get the second shot, and it's like, well, it doesn't match the first shot. So now you have to write more
Oh
prompts.
my
And
gosh,
okay, now it's corrected that bit, but now something else has fallen over.
a knock-on effect.
Because
Of course.
it just...
This is like Back to the Future.
It's spinning the dice every time.
We're going to create a paradox with this AI, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so by the time you get to the third or fourth shot, how many prompts do you have to put in to get that to match up?
And you'll never get it again. You can't go then duplicate it because the next one, if you punch in the same prompt, will
It
be
gets
slightly
increasingly
different.
hard, and the number of tokens you're using to
Oof.
achieve that is getting astronomical. Yeah.
Dude, in 50 years, Phil's still going to be appearing in movies and shows everywhere because they'll just have his likeness working away
You
for
got to
him.
copyright your likeness now. I mean, that's literally what I have to do.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know how to do that, but
Trademark your face.
figure it out.
Exactly.
Shout out to our friends over at the Warner Brothers Historical Foundation who made that visit possible the other day. We had a great time over there, Brad specifically. If you'd like to find out more information about the archives, you go to archives@wbd.com. That's WarnerBrothersDiscovery.com. And become a donor today. It's a nonprofit, so they take donations, financial probably, I'm sure, but namely if you have a
actual
archive
copy.
of
Yeah.
stuff, yes, if you've worked in this industry and you have things sort of like all of us. It's a place for them to go one day when your family doesn't want your junk anymore.
I should have stolen a whole lot more stuff from the Time Machine sets, tell you.
Everybody's saying that now.
Yeah.
My friend Greg Grumberg was in one of the Star Wars because J.J. Abrams, they grew up together.
Right.
And he's got was it Chewbacca's seatbelt from the Millennium Falcon because his kid took it. But now that they're talking about it and JJ doesn't care, all of these things are so valuable. There's a financial value attached to them. They used to be...
Like nothing. Like the cells, like animated cells used to be.
Yeah.
Now cells are incredibly expensive.
Well, and the weird thing about animated cells is that there are all these cells that get traded, the really old ones, and they're all fake because the real cells that we use for, say, Snow White, they all got washed.
Oh my God.
Or
because-
destroyed. One or the other.
Yeah, well, mostly washed because the celluloid was actually valuable.
Oh, so
And
they reuse it.
Yeah, Art Babbitt, the famous animator Art Babbitt's first job for Disney Studios was
Washer?
washing cells.
Cell washer.
Yeah, which must have been
Cell
think
washer.
about-
What do you
yeah,
do?
because-
Cell
because
washer?
The
Provenance of the- yeah.
stuff that you use to take it would have been oil paint. At the
So
time.
he's now, well, probably not around anymore because that
Well, no,
stuff is
he died a long time since, but he lasted into his 90s. He was
cancer-causing agents.
yeah, but
Stuff.
yeah. So actually, all of those old cells, they were manufactured as sort of, things to give to people or sell to people, and that kind of, I mean, and then when stuff went digital, I've got cell setups from Prince of Egypt, which are totally bogus, because it was all done, it was all colored digitally. It was hand drawn,
Right.
and drawn on paper, but then scanned in and all.
Does anybody use old-time animation anymore?
I don't think anybody does cell painting. That's long gone. But there are still occasional films which are hand drawn.
They have people who fake it. They have people who do it for sale, and they'll do
yeah.
replicas
Yeah.
of certain.
But most of the cells out there are they were made for presentation, for purchase.
I had a bunch. One of my uncles was a guy named Frank Braxton. He was one of the first African-American animators. He worked for Jay Ward.
Oh yeah.
So he did all the Bullwinkle and Rockies and Tom Slicks and
Yeah.
and Captain Crunch, which was a cereal. And so I had a bunch
Yeah, yeah.
of Captain Crunch cells and Rocky and Bullwinkle cells, which I wish I had now, but I don't have them any longer. I have my comic books, but I have no more cells.
So
those would be
I want to
very
ask
valuable.
both of you, can you tell us one or two items that you guys have in your archive, either your office or garage, that are like really cool, unique cinema history things that you guys have?
That's a good question.
I probably shouldn't say, but I've actually got one of the keys from the Time Machine. Wow. I've got the other one.
The
Yeah.
doorknob? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
There's one that's in Warner Brothers, the other's in my sitting room.
To be very clear, it's what he's holding on. Well, I guess you can't see it there.
I've got
in
my
that
hand
shot.
over it there, but yeah.
Awesome.
It didn't come home with me. That's
There you
see
go.
There it is. There it
Yeah.
is. The crystal. It's a crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it might be a whiskey bottle lid, and he said no, it was actually an old
It was
crystal
a
doorknob.
crystal doorknob. Yeah.
Isn't that funny? God. So you have the other one of those. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. That's a good one. We should bring it by next time and see if it Still
Still fires up.
Do you have anything passed down through the family?
I
from your-
have actually one of HG's first film contracts,
Wow.
which on the face of it, yeah, I know, that's just a piece of paper, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Well, an old piece of paper.
yeah, very old piece of paper.
Yeah.
But and I've got a copy of the original Time Machine script, the George Powell one.
What does that even look like? Is it bound in leather?
No,
Is
it's just standard
Three
paper
ring-
cardboards and brads and
just like we would
just
do it
like a
today?
regular script? Yeah.
Really, just brass brads, just like we
Yep.
would do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still.
Oh, you use steel?
No, still, I said.
Oh, steel. Oh,
Yeah, still.
I thought you
Yeah.
said steel.
Yeah,
You
steel.
prefer
I'm
the
a steel guy
brad.
myself. I like tungsten.
Phil, what do you have? You have some stuff.
I have a
know you
maquette.
do.
Well, I have a maquette from Atlantis.
All right.
The maquette is like a
3D model.
3D model,
but I mean,
unfired.
but back in those days, they would have been modelled in clay, and then
Yeah.
they'd be moulded and then cast in resin. I have the whole set of Prince of Egypt characters and a few other.
Mine has no
DreamWorks
resin on it.
characters.
It's all unfired, unfinished.
Oh, really?
Really raw. It's amazing. It's about this high,
Uh-huh.
and it's incredibly detailed. He's got his stethoscope around,
Mm-hmm.
which is hanging away from his body. Remember, it's clay. Wow. His bag is open on the
So
floor.
is this like the original? They then took the mold from.
Yes.
Holy
They gave it to me.
Holy cow!
I know.
Yeah.
They gave it to me.
Mm.
So I have that.
But that must be very delicate.
Very delicate. I literally have it on the pool table for what we want to do as part of the set piece. But it's I wish I took taken a picture of it. It's brilliant.
That was a whole art. I mean, there were guys who they specialised in making the maquettes because you're working from a drawn character, and okay, there's lots of
How do you
angles,
back?
but an awful lot of those
Yeah.
characters, they weren't really truly three-dimensional. They had certain conventions, they were drawn in certain ways, but when you turn them, trying to make a
doesn't
maquette
work.
that really captured the character, looked like the drawings, but also actually worked fully in 3D, was an incredibly skillful thing. And now of course, with 3D characters, you can literally do a 3D print from the original file. It's why, for instance, when Toy Story came out, the toys, particularly the Buzz Lightyear toy, was so damn good, is because they took the 3D files from the movie and
Wow.
they just made the
That's why
toy
it's perfect.
directly from it.
A lot of times they display the maquettes right before the movie is opening. Like when Lilo and Stitch happened, you go to Disney Animation, you'd see their maquettes there.
Is
And
it
then
just
when
advertising
just
display?
to display
for,
these are characters that are coming, and then they're gone, and another set of characters is there. But they saw fit to give me mine, which was, I don't know how many people got theirs, but it was very special.
Man, that's
Very
so cool.
special, yeah. So that I have. You're not a sports guy, so this will be land.
I give all my I've worked with some of the biggest names in sports
Right.
professionally, but I don't watch sports, so it means nothing to me. So whenever I get an autograph or a football or a jersey or whatever, I give them away.
Right.
So you will now
Have
be
some sports
recipient
stuff.
for my
Yeah.
stuff from in the
We'll
future.
be getting into that,
But
buddy.
what do you have, Mr. Sports Guy?
I have a few things. One is there's this guy named Vince Lombardi who was a great football
Yes.
coach.
Now him I know because
I
we have
heard the name.
we have a rest stop on the New Jersey Turnpike named after him.
That's
so
right.
That's
You
why I
do.
know
You
that
do.
one, yes.
I have his 14-karat gold cufflinks.
Wow.
My dad won them in an auction at the first Vince Lombardi golf tournament
Of course.
back in the day. I know, it's crazy. I got some crazy stuff, man.
That's a
Have you
funny
ever
one.
worn them?
I did. I wore them to a Green Bay Packer event in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Wow, I know.
That's cool.
It was so good. So yeah, I've got a lot of little weird things like that.
The cufflinks make me think of Seinfeld. Wasn't there a Seinfeld episode where Jerry had Jerry Lewis's cufflinks?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. That's right. You only know your episodes. Hilarious.
Never watched the show.
I did it. I literally didn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not that I was not a Seinfeld. I always have to say that because
Oh, my
people are like, you didn't
gosh.
like Seinfeld? No, it has nothing to do with that. It just didn't come. I was busy working. Maybe I don't know.
I think people, when you're making television, you don't have a lot of time to watch television.
I did
I
not,
think
not
people don't
then.
necessarily get that.
I was banging right. That was very fortunate.
Or anything. When you're making movies or whatever, not a lot of time.
No.
Plus, there's 180 episodes of that show. I mean, how can you keep
I'm
up
sure
with
I can
all
get
of
into it. I'm sure it's available somewhere.
that? If only there were a reason.
Simon, you know, as soon as you are involved in the post-production on something, that instantly solidifies you will never watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
Because after post-production,
Yeah.
you have seen it so many times.
You never want to
You're
watch
like,
it.
I
That's
hate
true.
it. Let's never release it because
That's
I
true.
can't stand it.
I never
weird
want to hear
thing
that
is-
song again.
Yeah.
Weird thing is when you're making movies, you make you use scratch music. You use music from other sources that kind of works with the scene, and then you get in these great composers and they produce you this fabulous score. And I've worked with Hans Zimmer, Klaus Badelt,
Wow.
and
Oh my gosh.
John Powell. These fantastic musical artists, and it's wonderful score. And you really only listen to the score kind of when they bring it in and you listen to it and give notes, and then you do the mix, and then maybe you have to sit through a screening of a movie and that's it. So the music you actually associate with the scenes is the scratch music you were working with day in, day out in editorial
Right.
before you got the really great score.
Yeah.
So it's really strange, that kind of thing. So, I can't actually remember what the main theme of Time Machine is.
Oh, really?
You've
It's
only
the,
heard it once.
Did Hans Zimmer do that one?
No, that was Klaus Badelt.
Klaus Badelt.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hans did the score for Prince of Egypt,
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Very cool.
and actually Klaus worked on that, and John Powell worked on that, because Hans.
How does that work?
Well, he creates the main themes, and then he generally has kind of a stable of guys who will go in and work individual scenes, and he'll come in and give notes and stuff. But he quite often, at least back in the day then, he was working with a team of guys. I mean, he produced this incredible, school of great composers as a result.
wow. Composers just straight, not just composers for film, but composers for
Well,
stop or mainly for film.
For film, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's got to be a different. You're reading the
Muscle.
tone. Yes, it
Muscle.
must be. Than just being a musical composer where you're within your own thoughts. You're following someone else's script, so to speak. Never really thought of that.
There's some geniuses though. Lalo Schifrin, who was the Mission Impossible
Mm-hmm.
theme.
He came up with the
Yeah.
the fuse and the
The whole thing was his construct,
Wow.
which has been recreated and regurgitated and reconstituted so many different times. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like anything else, I guess. Once you hit the magic, you know when you're there.
Kind of that guy.
Doesn't
Maurice
matter what the
Jarre
medium
was
is.
one of those guys.
How are we doing here? You feeling good? I feel like this was an amazing episode. I'm so grateful to both of you for
We're
being
doing an
here.
episode? I thought we just
Just shooting
have a
shit.
chat. Yeah. Need a new cat, what we do.
Am I skipping anything?
Well, I just in closing, I would love to know, Simon, if people are interested in learning more or seeing more about your grandfather. Has there been anywhere where stuff has been archived really well, or any exhibits, or anything that you're aware of?
There
That's a
is.
good question.
Oh God, and I ought to know this. There is a university in America that has like the big archive of my great grandfather's stuff.
Okay.
And manuscripts and all that kind of stuff, and I ought to know where it is, and I've forgotten.
But it is all
But
together.
yes, it
somewhere,
is
living
actually all together. Yeah.
There's an H.G.
And-
Wells library.
and there's
somewhere.
also an H.G. Wells Society, so who exhaustively examine and discuss all his writings and.
Oh, whoa. Really?
Oh yeah.
All the super fans fight it out in the chat?
Yeah, but this is, this isn't just like modern superfans. This is superfans going back like 100 years.
Plus, yeah, exactly.
Well, 1895, the novel came out. My goodness gracious, heavens to Bessie. That's a while ago.
And then
Several
he wrote 100
generations.
other novels.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
And then when we were at the archives, they also had that other time machine from a movie that was
Time
about
After Time.
H.G. Wells.
Yeah,
Time Out of Time.
Time After
Yes.
Time, where H.G. Wells follows Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper steals the time machine, and somehow H.G. Wells follows him to modern day San Francisco.
Was it Malcolm McDowell?
where
Sounds a bit like
Malcolm
Back to the
McDowell
Future too.
Yes,
though.
meets
yes.
Amy Catherine Robbins, who genuinely was my great grandmother, who is played by.
Hold on, wait. Jane Seymour?
No, close. Very close. Very close with the Dr. Quinn medicine woman because
Who? Well, to hit me.
Mary Steenburgen.
Mary
Oh,
Steenburgen, who was
so
in Back
close.
to the Future
Yes!
3. So, full circle.
look at
There you go.
this.
Right.
I guess we are doing a show.
It If only any of this were intentional.
I guess we are doing it.
If only we recorded it. Damn.
They, I forgot. I knew I forgot one button. So that one. But have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm that's on my list.
It's so good.
It is good.
It's actually a
good.
fun movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Time after time, time out of time. There's a
And,
lot of time movies.
Yeah, and
my friend
David Warner plays the
Ripper.
The Ripper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was of course the in Titanic. He was the bad guy's butler.
And he's also in The Omen.
You're kidding.
And-
He plays the priest in The Omen.
Billy Zane's butler.
Yeah, but Billy
Right.
Zane's butler. He was also
Warner's incredible.
David Warner was also in Time Bandits. He was evil in Time Bandits.
Time Bandits was Terry Gilliam?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell
Wow.
me about
Brilliant movie.
digital watches.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness gracious.
He's also the bad guy in what's the movie that zing zing Jeff Bridges was. Zing, zing.
Oh, Tron.
Oh,
Tron,
Tron.
right?
Yeah.
Right, he's the villain in Tron.
Great
Yeah.
description.
Wow.
Thank you,
Okay.
Ray.
I got it.
Yeah. Sounds like first syllable.
Oh my gosh.
I like this guy.
So Phil, what about your dad? Are there any exposés or write-ups anywhere or anything like that, kind of about his?
We're working on a documentary right now because he's
cool.
like the unsung guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there isn't a lot out there, but
there's going to be.
soon come, my friends.
Awesome.
As they say in Jamaica.
Great.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Do a couple comments here just as we're getting. Oh, hi Jennifer Work. It's good to see you. I love hearing all these amazing stories. H.G. Wells was one of my favorites. Wow, I have watched Phil for years. Such an amazing variety of roles.
Oh, thank you.
So true. That is true. You can do anything. You can do anything. You're one of those people. Do you feel that way? Do you feel confidence going into any different
If I do,
type
if I
of?
say I do, then
I
I'm.
do.
Oh
I
yeah.
know, right?
No,
You said
sorry.
you feel that way.
Terrible setup.
I
Apologies.
always say I don't know the limit of my ability, and I don't.
I don't have a limit of my genius.
Don't know the ability. You're hurting me. You know what I mean? It's like, why limit yourself? If you're going to be doing this, lean in. Be as
Yeah.
good as you can.
Yeah.
And if somebody goes, nah, that wasn't right, you tried something. I used to have a theory. Peter Graves and I had a theory on the new Mission Impossible. If you tried something and you fell on your face, you're still moving forward. Right? You get
Oh
up,
my
and
gosh.
you're still moving forward.
Because your feet move. Oh my gosh.
Boom, I wasn't here. I'm not here anymore, and now I'm here. It might have been tough, but you learned something. So, but if you stay in the same place, you're boring, and nobody cares. And then they
Stagnant.
find you out, and you don't work anymore. You know what I mean? You're a one-trick pony. Wow. So try stuff, fail.
Peter Graves was on the new Mission Impossible
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Reprising
I remember him,
his
the
role.
original guy, the main guy in the
Yeah.
original.
Yeah. My Uncle Peter.
Uncle
Then
Peter.
I was working with him. It's crazy.
Both of you, your history. I can't even imagine growing up in Beverly Hills. What your life must have been like.
Surreal.
That's a whole nother show. We should just do a retrospective show
Yeah.
on it. Phil's here. He's alive and well. Don't
good.
worry.
Good
There's
to
no announcements to be made. But let's just look back.
I would love to hear your family's experience in Beverly Hills at that time too.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
different
very
perspective
different.
than most.
This is
Yeah.
smash culture. We literally moved to Beverly like the Clampetts and changed our lives overnight. That's how I couch it. It was one day I was in a class with 20 black kids, and the next day I'm in a school with 3 black kids, the other 2 being my sisters.
And we got a cement pond out in the yard.
And we did. We had a cement pond, and we drove by that. Yeah, it was interesting.
Jethro.
Yeah, they're-
Hilarious.
Max Baird Jr.
Yes, Bob Z approval. Yes, we were very, very lucky. I think a lot of that came into how it was positioned by Mr. Wells here. So thank you for that. When I was a kid, Time Tunnel was amazing.
Right?
All right, so I got to watch Time After Time. Time After Time?
Yeah, time after
And
time.
Time Tunnel.
Time tunnel.
There
And-
was that song that was the
Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, that was on the end of the movie.
movie.
Was that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was written for the movie.
Come on.
Yeah.
Do you ever just feel like you're the dumb guy all
Nominated
the
for
time?
Academy Award. I don't want to say anything, but
The song.
Yeah.
The movie?
the song.
The song.
Yeah.
Wow.
She might have sung it at the Academy Awards.
This is amazing to me.
Wow.
And then have either of you ever seen Somewhere in Time?
Mm-hmm.
Which was a friend of mine who had just passed away this last year, Jeannot Zvark. He did Somewhere in Time. Christopher Reeve passed away this year.
He
And
did
do you
some
know how I
Smallvilles.
found out? Yes.
He did Smallvilles.
Huge TV director.
I
He
met
directed
him.
for David E. Kelly for years. We
Oh, I
knew
didn't
each
know
other
that.
for decades.
I didn't know. Yeah, Christopher Reeve.
Well, yeah, but back to Jeannot just for 1 second.
sorry.
I didn't know either until we did one of his movies on a Blockbuster Year podcast, and I reached out to him to because nobody loved talking about Jeannot more than Jeannot. He was one of my closest movie friends, but he loved telling you how things went. So I reached out to see if he could do it, and then I got the automated no response thing, and then I went and Googled, and I was like, oh, I just missed it by a couple months. Yeah,
Sorry.
He was such a great guy.
He was funny.
Smallville, you worked with him?
Smallville.
Okay.
He was a funny guy. I liked him a lot.
He directed Jaws 2, following up Spielberg on Jaws 2.
Oh dear. Yes.
That's rough.
Supergirl with Helen Slater, and Somewhere in Time. But everyone tells me that Somewhere in Time is their favorite movie.
Was Jane Seymour in Somewhere in Time?
So that's it. It's Somewhere in Time.
there you
Jane
go.
There you
Seymour.
go. Conflating my time movies.
Yes. But I haven't seen it. So should I add that one to the
Yes,
list?
it's very good.
Okay.
It's very
It's
good.
Paul Kennel's favorite movie of all time.
Well, then you must see it.
Okay. Right. Did we do the thing? Are we good here?
That's great. Great show.
Simon, I know people can't follow you on social media because you're not on it.
I'm a ghost. Yes.
If someone wants to get a hold of you,
That's why the AI couldn't generate you.
There's
Oh.
there are pictures of me out there, but I'm not on any socials.
I'm sure that helps, though. Your
Yeah.
face is all over.
sorry.
AI would have got you like that.
Apparently not.
Well, yeah, apparently not.
So if someone has somebody or a reason worthwhile to reach out to you, they should probably just call DreamWorks, I guess.
Yeah, best bet. Yeah.
Call the main switchboard at DreamWorks Animation. You are still over
No,
there, right?
I have actually got an agent. You can contact APA.
Oh, perfect.
David Saunders at APA is my agent. So if people desperately want to get hold of me,
Fantastic.
they've got
Well,
a
that's
film
good.
they want me to do or something.
Yeah. I don't think I realized that you were still represented.
Yeah. I think I'm still represented. I haven't actually spoken to David in a little while, so
let's not dig too deep. Let's see. Phil Morris.
Yes, at the Phil Morris everywhere.
the Phil Morris.
The Phil Morris. Yeah, because there's a Phil Morris. Phil Morris is out there.
Not the cigarette though.
Not the cigarette.
Yeah.
How was that growing up?
Well, they sponsored Mission Impossible, my dad's show, for the
Oh,
first couple of seasons, so
my
I
God.
thought I owned the show.
Oh my God.
The show started at 7. I'm just telling you.
Your dad didn't name you. From
No, it's a great story that my dad named me after his uncle, Phil Morris, who was in prison. He was a street guy. And he was in prison for 21 years. And then and my dad loved him. It was his guy. Then he was released from prison, and the first thing he did when he got out was come visit me when I was born. So my dad named me after him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it was really special.
And then just a coincidence,
Quinky
the
Dink,
cigarette company and
the
that they
largest
were the sponsor
tobacco
of the
corporation on the planet.
sponsoring the largest television show on the
Sponsoring
planet.
the number one show in the world. Yeah.
Did you get Mission Impossible?
Oh yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that show.
I did too.
I mean, it always did, and it would get me every time that, like, you're going down this path and
Yes.
you think, wait a minute, it's
I
all
get
going
it, I
wrong.
got it.
Oh no, it's all going wrong. It's all going pear-shaped, and then suddenly it's like, oh, that was the intention. They always meant for it to go wrong in that way.
Yeah.
Incredibly clever scripting.
I
Yep.
agree. How do you
Yep.
do so many of those
Bruce
over
Gallagher.
and over and over and over?
Genius. He did maybe a couple of movies. He did one movie called Harry in Your Pocket with James Coburn about pickpockets.
Oh,
Yeah.
What a
Oh,
title.
I see.
Walter
There's a
Pigeon,
character
James
named Harry,
Coburn,
he's in
and
your
Trish
pocket.
Vanderveer. And they play a group of pickpockets. It's super good. Very clever. It's very Bruce Geller, very switchback and this. And when you think it's going to go this way and this happens, and you think, oh no, it's terrible, then it actually kind of works out.
but the fact that every week they could do The Sting again and again, and you just
Got me
didn't
again.
see it- yeah, didn't see it coming.
Every time.
How long were the shows back then? Probably a full 50 minutes, maybe? There's probably
Yeah, they
10
had
minutes
less
of commercials.
so they're probably 52 minutes, maybe 8
Wow.
minutes of commercials.
So you get a lot of story in and
a
out
lot
of
of fat,
television
baby,
back
a lot
then.
of fat, you got a lot of meat. I mean,
That show must have been so expensive to make back then. The locations, the sets.
yeah,
all of
they
it.
shot a lot on the lot. They shot a lot on the lot. They shot a lot. The sound stages are so austere,
Okay.
and they're talking about East German diplomats and Cold War stuff.
Okay.
And studios, they kind of exhibit a very cold nature
Okay.
to them, and so a lot of the offices they use, a lot of the sound stages they used, a lot of roof shots.
And where was that one shot?
Desilu at first.
Oh, that's right, Paramount.
And then they sold to Paramount.
Whenever I go by there on the Astroburger corner, is the globe is still there on the facade of the wall from the old RKO days
Yeah.
when it was RKO.
Yeah, Gower and Melrose.
Right at Gower and Melrose, exactly. At Phil Morris everywhere. call Simon's agent. What about you? What about you, Gibson?
The Phil Morris.
You're
Gibson's Explorer Society. We're going to be at the Long Beach Grand Prix this weekend.
What?
gonna
It's
go?
that time of year again.
You're gonna
It is.
go?
You're
Of
going?
course.
We were
Yeah.
talking about it. We don't know. I don't know if we're gonna go this year. We usually
I'm going to
go.
do an event, but I don't know if I'm going to do the race.
Yes, you're gonna.
We're going to go with Vinny, I think.
Oh, you are gonna go?
I think so, yeah.
Saturday or
Maybe I'll do
Sunday?
that.
Please.
Saturday?
I think it's Saturday night.
Copy that.
Yeah.
If you're there on Sunday, let me know.
So Gibson Explorer
figure it out.
Society.
Gibson's Explorer Society, yeah. And we got a video coming out where we go see these guys at the Malibu Country Mart. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, when's that
Yeah.
coming out?
After
No
the-
pressure.
After the Grand Prix. After
Okay.
the Grand Prix video.
I gotta
Yeah,
edit.
Yeah, exactly.
Very busy,
Exactly.
gotta edit.
Exactly.
All right, good, fantastic. Well, thank you so much to both of you for being here.
Oh, this was
Sincerely,
great. Yeah.
sincerely, and thank you for everything over the years. You've been a very, very good friend.
Oh.
Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's been fun to do things with you.
Are you still playing the drums?
Don't play drums. I
Oh,
play,
there
play
were drums
most
at
other
your
instruments.
house.
Yeah, I had an old drum kit. Yeah, but I don't play drums. I play other things. Everything badly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really the trick.
Is the drums are not there anymore?
They are actually, to my wife's great displeasure, they're still in a closet. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Not set up anymore. I won't come over and play music, is what I'm getting at. I guess I won't do that.
Actually, probably you would have seen the drum kit belonging to a friend of mine. It's probably Luc de Marchelier's. If it was a nice drum kit,
Beautiful,
that would have been
with Latin percussion. It was a
no,
whole
that
setup.
That was Luc de Marchelier, who's a production designer on the Bad Guys movies.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, a long-time animation art guy.
And you guys have an animation band or what?
We did for a while.
Really?
We had a band called Cheaper Than Therapy. Because, basically, we'd just get together every couple of weeks and pretend to be rock stars. We
Great
did a
name.
few gigs, but
Great name.
not much.
Cheaper than therapy.
Yeah.
Greg Grunberg has the Comic-Con band. Is that what his is?
yeah,
Or the
yeah.
superhero band? They got a couple, yeah.
We've-
It's
we've
all
all-
B actors and people, people from different things.
For a while, we were really good because we had this guy, Keith Baxter, who plays guitar like a demon. He could literally the best guitar player I have ever seen, either professionally or amateur. Terrifying guy to play with because, he can hear every single thing you're doing and spot all your mistakes. But yeah, we were quite good for a short while.
So what did you play then?
I played mostly guitar, some keyboards. Yeah.
Did Wendy do anything?
No, she sings. She can really sing. Yeah.
So she can sing, she can write, she can
do
teach.
harmonies. Oh,
She's got quite an eye too for
yeah,
shooting photography.
Yeah, and she ran an animation company, a little commercial animation company in London for a while, and then helped run Passion Pictures, which is also an animation company in London. And she's made costumes for West End shows, and what hasn't she done?
Full creative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Full
they're
creative.
they're
Scary
a great,
person.
awesome couple. All right, well, I would love to see her again. Let's bring her over to the archives when Sean comes to town
Yes.
because they want to show her some wardrobe stuff, and Sean wants to
Yeah.
hang out with us.
Yeah.
He's jealous. You, I just love so much.
You too, brother.
You're one of my best friends
We
in
got
the
other
world.
stuff to do, right?
What's that?
We got other stuff to do, right?
We have, yeah. Do you want to? I think it's too early to announce it, but yeah, we sure do.
I didn't say announcement.
Oh.
I said stop.
Oh,
You know.
He's got work for you to do after this, Jay.
that's right. That's right.
Hey, we working, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's see. Tomorrow we've got the a Blockbuster Year podcast going on at 6. Thank you. 6 p.m. Blockbuster Year 1985. The movie tomorrow we're doing is House. I've never seen House. Anybody? It's a horror movie with George Wendt, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I used to know George Wendt. He also passed away last year.
Yes.
Very, very nice, kind man. But Norm from Cheers for most people.
Yeah.
And he's in a movie called House, which apparently has several sequels, so it must have been okay. But nobody in this room has
Never
ever heard of it, including
of it.
me.
I feel
Okay.
like I've heard of it, but
Horror movie, and probably a kids type horror movie in 1985, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah.
But that's what we're doing, so check us out live at 6 p.m. tomorrow, myself and Brandon BC DeLorean. And next week, we've got Jamie Lipsky in here. Jamie Lipsky does some cool therapy stuff with horses.
Whoa!
I know, we're branching out a little bit.
Therapy for horses or therapy for people using horses?
I actually think it might be both. I think the horses are say they're having another life from either a racing career or maybe not a great life, and then I think the therapy is also for the people interacting with the horses.
My therapy horse.
But
Therapy horse.
she
Take
also
them anywhere on the plane.
On the plane.
On the plane.
Jamie is also a producer who produced the Mythbusters, so that's what we've known her for
Oh.
years and years and years. This is sort of her next chapter. She's working with horses now, so that's we'll be talking about the Mythbusters and horses next week. Jay Ryan, Porsche Life 111 and all the things. Late Night Playset, obviously. Please and thank you for following. Thank you for being here tonight. A Blockbuster Year is the other show, and Good Vibes Breakfast Club if you're in LA and love cars.
Good job. Love that.
That's it, right? We're good?
You did great.
Two
smart guests.
Thank you.
You kept up.
Thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate it. We love you at home. Please love one another, and we'll see you out there. Yeah, good?
Yeah,
I'm pushing the
baby.
button.
Boom,
Push it.
do it. Take it with you.
Did it. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, you two together are pretty special because so many places.
It's so interesting. I just love the perspective. Direct the perspective.